This is the Phi Phi Islands, 1 hour from Phuket and the first attraction we explored. Famous for its pristine beaches, turquoise waters and limestone cliffs. This is what to expect. The first stop on this tour is to Bamboo Island, and a great place to take photos, snorkel or sunbathe. Beware, the sand can be a bit painful when you're walking barefoot. On a sunny day, this place is beautiful. The next stop on this tour is to Monkey Beach, and as you can guess in the name, this beach is famous for its monkeys. We didn't actually see any monkeys when we were there, but this was one of my favourite stops because the sand was really soft and the water was even clearer than at Bamboo Island. Half an hour later and it's time to get up and close to the sea life with snorkeling. All the gear is provided by the tour company as well as life jackets. To be honest, I found it slightly underwhelming. There was less sea life than I expected. However, we still had a good time. After lunch at Phi Phi Don Island, the second half of this day gets even better. First of all, you're taken to Viking Cave, which is famous for having paintings, possibly painted by sailors who were taking shelter from a storm. Not too far away, you'll be taken to Pileh Lagoon. This is one of the highlights of the tour. This is an inlet with turquoise waters surrounded by these tall limestone cliffs. You can swim and snorkel here and even rent a longboat if you want to take some photos. The final stop on this tour is Maya Bay. This is one of the best beaches I've ever seen. It has been closed for the last 3 years and just recently reopened because the sea life had been so badly damaged from the large number of tourists. Overall, this tour is pretty good value for money. It's around £54, which includes snacks, lunch, free drinks, as well as transfer to and back from the hotel, so I do recommend it highly. Now I'm gonna let you in on a little secret in Phuket. Tucked away from the main road is a small secluded beach called Banana Beach. I would say this is one of the best in the area in the northwest part of the island. The sand is perfectly soft and the water is super clear for snorkeling. 5 minutes away is the stunning hotel we stayed at, overlooking the Andaman Sea and Naithon Beach. The Pullman Phuket Arcadia Naithon Beach Hotel. This was 5-star luxury at its finest. You're taken uphill through rows of bamboo trees up to the entrance of the hotel. As you enter, the first thing you notice is the sunken lounges that lie within an infinity pool, along with this magical view of the coastline. There's a gym, spa, and 2 infinity pools, each on opposing sides of the hotel, as well as 2 on-site restaurants. The breakfast each day was full of variety. There's even open-door buggies that take you around the resort. We had booked the ocean view room and it was perfect. The private balcony with views of the ocean and the pool exceeded our expectations. The room was spacious with everything you needed, including a speaker and free soft drinks every day. And since the room was facing west, we were treated to beautiful sunsets every evening. What stood out the most though was the amazing service from the staff. You don't even have to leave the hotel to enjoy Thailand. I'll tell you what's even better. From the hotel, Naithon Beach is literally a few steps away with exclusive direct access. Maybe you've heard of Kata or Karon Beach, which are also 2 amazing beaches in Phuket. But what makes Naithon Beach so special is how there are so few people and there's so much beach to enjoy. The sand is soft, the water is a clear blue, and it is so salty you can practically float. If you go beyond the trees, the main road is littered with small market stores, selling everything from mangoes to beach gear. You can get a coconut here for 30 baht, which is like 75p or $1. In the hotel, they charge 5 times that price. You can also get this banana pancake with condensed milk for 40 baht, and this is honestly one of the best pancakes I've ever had. This area is remote from other places, so only stay here if you're not planning on traveling far. Now, if you're going with kids or an island tour sounds too stressful for you, there is Blue Tree Waterpark. It is a wet and wild playground for both kids and adults, and we had a great time there. There's lots of slides, you can go paddleboarding, you can go zip lining across the water, and there's even cliff jumping. This was terrifying. If you fancy yourself a bit of a ninja warrior, there's even this obstacle ninja warrior course. It is a lot harder than it looks, or maybe it is because I'm weak. Beware of the really big wet slides. They accelerate really fast towards the end, and I landed really awkwardly on my side. If none of that sounds appealing to you, you can just lie in the hammock all day. Now, if that wasn't enough adrenaline for you, look no further than Hanuman World. This is the place to go ziplining at high speed through the forest. We got the World B package, and this included 9 zip lines, 3 abseils, a roller zip line, which is a super fast zip line, instead of going straight actually turns as well. I would highly recommend this one. There's also the Skywalk and a 300 baht voucher for the Three Monkeys restaurant. All the harnesses are provided, and you can bring your GoPro like I did if you want to capture some of this cool footage. You can also hire them there, and they'll also help you take professional photos if you want to buy them. This place isn't for someone who's afraid of heights. The Three Monkeys restaurant is amazing. They have probably the best ribs in the world. We got a coconut smoothie and this iced coconut espresso. I can honestly say that this was my favorite restaurant in Phuket. If none of the activities that I've mentioned interest you, this is one for everyone. The night markets in Phuket. The first one we visited was called Chillva Market. It's a modern hip market, but we went there for the food. There's skewers, there's seafood, or if you're more adventurous, you can even try maggots. Of course, there's bubble tea, there's mochi and ice cream, and in general, I'd highly recommend this place. Now, the second night market we visited was called Naka Market, and this is actually the biggest one in Phuket. There's slightly more choice here, and they have great desserts as well. Overall, I think the vibe in Naka Market was not as good as Chillva Market, which I preferred more. Now, at the second hotel that we stayed at, we had our own private villa and our own private pool. This was a 3,300 square foot villa and a 12-meter long pool surrounded by palm trees. This villa was at the Pavilions Phuket, and you could even sleep 6 people in here, to be honest. The staff are also very nice, and they also have buggies to drive you around. However, I actually have to say that there were a lot of negatives about this place. First of all, the room and the hotel felt very old and dated. It needed a lot of renovation, and it wasn't even the cleanest either. There were a lot of insects, both in the pool and within our room as well. The breakfast was also not as good as the other hotel that we stayed at. And for the price of over £200 per night, this was definitely not worth it. On the bright side, at least we had our own pool and a reminder that the most expensive isn't always the best. Now I have some really useful tips for you guys to save money and make your life easier. First of all, when you're booking activities, use Klook. It is an app and a website where you can get prices cheaper than the ones on other sites and cheaper than booking it on the day. For example, the Phi Phi Islands tour is actually £67 on certain websites, and we paid £54 for that. My second tip is to use Grab. It's a taxi app like Uber that will save you so much more money than if you were to book your transport through hotel. Hotels can charge 3 times the price for the same journey. My final tip is shopping for snacks and accessories at supermarkets. Even outside our first hotel, there's a cheap shop where you can find anything you need. So is Phuket worth visiting right now? You do have to undergo some COVID tests, fill in documents, but if you're looking for somewhere sunny, sandy and stunning, Phuket ticks all the boxes, and I'd say it's one of the best places you can go to as a post-COVID destination. The nicest beaches in Phuket are Karon, Kata, and my personal favourite, Naithon Beach. If you'd rather be in the centre of everything, Patong is where you'd find the bustling nightlife and the restaurants. I also highly recommend the first hotel that we stayed at. Currently, tourism hasn't fully returned to the island, which means more room to relax, whether it's sunbathing, island tours, or ziplining. Whatever you do or wherever you go in Phuket, you will not be disappointed by this tropical paradise.